Hey guys, your girl Melissa is back, and I'm bringing you another fun one today. We have the top 10 cursed waters you should never swim in. So let's dive right in. Or maybe not, because they're cursed. Coming up in our 10th spot today, we have the surrounding waters of the Drum Point Lighthouse in Maryland, USA. The waters around this lighthouse have quite the spooky past. During World War II, the lighthouse was a target point during enemy strikes, and so the locals had to turn off its lights for protection. Because of the strikes that hit, you can imagine that there were some that didn't survive, and it was said that among those people was a beautiful brunette woman. And it was this woman that the locals have reported to have seen the ghost of just floating over these waters over the years. So yeah, maybe don't go swimming in these waters unless you get some kind of thrill thinking about potentially swimming with a ghost. Maybe that does sound like fun. In our 9th spot today, we have the Blue Lagoon in the UK. This sparkly, beautiful lagoon is honestly breathtaking. I just want to go beside it and take pictures of myself all day long. It's that pretty. But don't be fooled by its outer beauty. These are waters you should not get too close to. It is known that this lagoon actually has an extremely high alkaline pH level. And just to give you perspective, a high alkaline level is typically around a 9 on the acidity to alkaline scale. But these waters are 11.3. Bleach is sitting at a 12. So yeah, that's scary high. Being so high, these levels can cause incredible stomach pain, fungal injections, rashes, ear infections, and much more. Interestingly enough, the water stays cold no matter how hot the weather gets, so you probably wouldn't want to swim in it anyway. But in any case, best to stay clear of this beautiful disaster. In our 8th spot today, we have Potomac River. This is a place that, even though might be cursed, my inner ghost hunter really wants to visit. This area has a very old lighthouse that is known as the Lighthouse of the Presidents, as around 1836, it was a popular destination for former presidents and many people to vacation. There are no records of incidents or violent events that have happened in this area, so I'm sure it may be surprising to hear that there have been many reports of paranormal activity. I mean, if the presidents used to visit, I'm sure there were some kind of JFK-style affairs going on that led to many secrets and lies that would definitely make a person not go on and turn into a ghost. The crazy thing about this area is that visitors actually report being touched by the ghosts. What? And they even hear speaking when no one is around them. It has been said that the director of Potomac River Museum reported that he once spoke out to the spirits and asked if he could move some paint, and apparently a voice replied, "Suit yourself." I can imagine it was maybe more British, like, "Suit yourself," even though it's in America, but. He actually has a recording of this incident, which is quite fascinating. Well, this doesn't necessarily seem like a bad ghost. It sounds more like, Casper the Friendly Ghost, which makes me want to go to Potomac River. But then again, maybe not, because it sounds like going there may doom me to being cursed when I die, and quite possibly I'll have to live there as a ghost for the rest of my time. If I'm gonna be a ghost, you best believe I'm gonna haunt some celebrity I love just to be near them. Most likely, Leo DiCaprio. In our 7th spot today, we have the boiling lake in the island of Dominica. Whenever anything is too hot or too alkaline, like the Blue Lagoon, the energy in the area is very off-balanced. And therefore, the repercussions for engaging in something so off-balanced would inevitably make you off-balanced. It's not always a bad thing, as the world is constantly positive or negative, balanced and not balanced. However, the study of body chemistry has taught us that we can function a little out of balance, being a little higher in temperature, which would be, a fever, or a little colder than normal. But to get into boiling water, for example, you would probably throw your body off completely. Well, obviously, and you wouldn't survive. That would be the case if you were to get into the boiling waters of the boiling lake. They say that a swim in these waters would be self-induced torture. Most people might see this lake and wrongly perceive it to be a hot spring, which is so unfortunate. I hope someone has made a big sign that says, "Do not swim unless you desire a lobster's fate." If not, I'll make it, because God bless those future travelers that think it's a hot spring. It's definitely a mistake I would make. Let's be real. In our 6th spot today, we have the Skeleton Coast in Namibia in Africa. Yep, I'm sure you can guess why these waters may not be the best place to take the family for a beach day. Skeleton Coast is named appropriately, for it has experienced many a tragedy on its shores. It is said that the Benguela Current is lethal and it causes regular shipwrecks. Not only that, but also the coast is home to, oh, just 11 species of shark. Yeah. And if that wasn't enough, there are also lions and hyenas patrolling the beach. Yep. Sounds like the lions made some kind of an agreement with Poseidon that has led them to have all, easy meals from the people washing up on shore in the shipwrecks. Yikes. Portuguese voyagers have been said to have called this coast the Gates of Hell. Yep, that sounds right to me. In our 5th spot today, we have Point Lookout in Maryland. Man, Maryland seems to have a lot of haunted waters. Should we all just stay clear of Maryland? Ah, poor Maryland. I'm sure it's not all that scary. But unfortunately, this area in particular and its surrounding waters was voted to have America's most haunted lighthouse, so maybe not. When the lighthouse was built, there was a Civil War hospital and a prisoner of war camp nearby where over 4,000 people died. So maybe that's why the waters are cursed. Got it. Locals have reported to have seen spirits of all genders, ages, and moods. I've never heard of an extremely happy spirit. That I want to see. A frequent spotted spirit is that of a soldier who is seen patrolling the area with a rifle on his shoulder. So yeah, maybe swim in this area at your own risk. Wouldn't want to come across one of those angry spirits while swimming. Now moving on to waters with creatures that are sure to eat you, we have the Amazon Basin in our number 4 spot. You might look at pictures of the snake-like river and think, yeah, I perhaps wouldn't want to go swimming in here because, it looks incredibly dirty and polluted. And you know what? As true as that might be, there are much scarier reasons that you should probably cross this off of your to swim list. Because this river is cursed with piranhas and barracudas. How nice. And if you are currently unaware as to how dangerous these creatures are, well, they're vicious. And you will most likely suffer a very tragic death if you were ever to go swimming with them. Oh, and if that's not enough to persuade you to maybe stay away from, this river, then just know that there is also another fish called the kandiru that lurks these waters, and if you come across it, they are rumored to swim up your urinal tract and eat your genitals. What's worse? Death by piranha or death by fish inside of you and eating you? Would love to know your thoughts in the comment section below. I'm going with the latter. In our 3rd spot today, we have the Rio Tinto in Spain. So this is a place that sadly has no ghosts or scary fish, but it does have high levels of toxicity. And yes, humans are to blame for this. Curse these humans. This river is a unique one as it is a red river. It is very bright and quite frankly beautiful to look at, which means it's so unfortunate that no one can go near it. That honestly is just a metaphor for so much in life. Why are the beautiful things so often untouchable? There are heavy amounts of pollution in its waters believed to be partially a runoff from a nearby mine, but the lake is filled with iron and other metals and chemicals, so it is highly acidic. So much so that it is believed that a body would dissolve in it if an experiment was performed, of course. Thankfully, that hasn't been done yet. In our number 2 spot, we have some of the beaches in Darwin, Australia. Yes, there are a lot of wonderful areas in this beautiful city, but also some that are cursed with terrifying creatures. But hey, you're in Australia, so maybe expect that? One of the biggest threats in these waters are saltwater crocodiles. Apparently, they are known to be quite sneaky and will sneak up on you and make you breakfast before you've even heard them. Lovely. Think I'll just not go there. These shores are also known to have box jellyfish, so you can pick your poison. Death by being chomped on or death by shock and poison. Just don't swim here. Finally, in our number 1 spot today, we have the Devil's Pool in Australia. Back to the ghosts. I'm not scared at all. The Devil's Pool is a natural pool that has a beautiful waterfall that goes into it, and it is quite lovely, despite the fact that it is most certainly cursed. Yep, the locals are convinced, and no one is going to tell them otherwise. Legend has it that a beautiful Aboriginal woman lost her true love, and from her misery, she drowned herself in the waters. People believe that the spirit of her is still searching for her true love, and so she lures men into the waters only to drown them. Apparently over 16 men have died there, so if that's not enough cases to convince ya, then I don't know what will. Alright, that's enough curse talk to make me never want to swim again. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm Melissa Melotti. See you next time.